Hello everyone and welcome back yet again to another daily update video. My name is CryptoStash and I hope you're all having an amazing new week. Currently it is Monday, the trading week has just started for the traditional markets, but we are firstly of course going to be taking a look at the Bitcoin chart. And right now, as we talked in my previous video, Bitcoin is getting that bearish retest from this level that we broke down of. But right now the question is, do the bears actually have enough power to send price back down, or we are going to continue pumping and put in another higher high right here at around the 200 EMA level that we are looking at. We are looking at basically for a bigger rejection. But firstly, let's talk about Ethereum, as Ethereum right now has already put in a higher high, as you can see it clearly right here. So Ethereum right now is clearly stronger, and the final target for it is remaining at around the PUC, which is sitting basically at 2300. So this week, if we do get such a big move, that would be like 20% a move for Ethereum. It of course depends how the stock market is doing. You can see the S&P 500 did open up with a gap towards the upside. From the bottom right now it is up around 1.5%, and almost same thing for the Nasdaq. We are up almost 2% from the bottom. Now some very important thing is that the dollar opened with a gap, and the US oil also opened up with a gap. From the highs it is down like 11%, since there were some news going on around for another peace deal between the US and Iran. So that would be the cause for this move towards the downside. The total market cap for Bitcoin and the other altcoins right now, this is the whole market cap of all the cryptos. Basically it has bounced from the monthly pivot. We did not lose this level right here, and right now it is back and testing the 50 EMA on the daily time frame, of course acting as a very tough resistance. But if we start breaking it up, I believe we could go to around 2.3 trillion, which is where the 100 EMA is sitting. Now to go back to it, as I said, on the short term you can see it is of course stronger than Bitcoin right now. It has been ever since this low right here. Ethereum did not took that low, but if you go towards Bitcoin, you can see Bitcoin actually took the low, and so the move has been weaker on the side of Bitcoin, only pumping like 15%, and Ethereum pumping from this low right here around 30%. So basically the double the move, which is pretty nice to see. We have flipped this level right here that we had as support previously, then it was acting as a resistance, and right now we have flipped it acting back as support, with the EMA starting to curve and slope nicely towards the upside, which is of course going to give us potentially, as I said, that move towards the highs right here. That would be of course we're going to need Bitcoin to actually pump above this level and maybe even reclaim the 200 EMA right here. And the thing is, on the daily, the value area high and the 200 EMA are sitting at exactly the same level, so around 73.4k. That would be the key macro zone that you could be looking at for a actual bigger swing short to take out the loss yet again to potentially around 53 or all the way down to 47k. Those are the monthly pivot support levels, so they are a realistic target to look out for. And from this high to down there, that would be like 36% of a move, which is quite a lot for Bitcoin, but still it is possible, as I said, to get this move. And right now you can see we are looking at this low from back in the summer range in August 2024, the bottom at $48,000. This is what we are looking at for Bitcoin to actually retest and bounce from this level. that would mark basically our bear market bottom. Now for the short term, you can see we have reclaimed VWAP since yesterday and we have been trading above it. Right now we are currently remaining below it since we did have a short swing failure pattern right here. We did almost pump towards this high that we made last week. Right now you can see open interest is dying out while price is moving, so both longs and short basically leverage is leaving the market right now during this move up, but the CVD is starting to rise again, so potentially this could be a healthy move towards the upside and it could continue. Also right now we have piled up more liquidity towards the upside to this level right here and even above $67,000. So right now, as you know, we were talking about in the previous videos for a bearish scenario back towards $61,000. But as of right now, this seems to not be the case. It could still happen, and let me tell you why. We do have some very important news coming out on Wednesday, on Thursday, and on Friday. Those 3 days are going to be very volatile for the markets, and this is because I was looking at 61k. It could still come as one big fake out, and then we actually take the highs and go towards this level right here. It could happen very fast during this week, I believe, and also with how the weekly time frame is looking. You can see the weekly candles have been very tight and small, so one big weekly candle with a manipulation wick towards the downside and then a pump towards the upside is not out of the question. It could happen very well during this week's volatility. But other than that, if we go back to the liquidation heat map, you can see we also have liquidity sitting towards the downside at around 62 all the way down to 61k, which is also another target, as I said right here, which is why I believe during this week's manipulation and news we could have basically a big manipulation towards the downside and then we go for the liquidity towards the upside, or we could just normally continue to pump higher and put in another higher high to actually take out this liquidity normal. But I do believe that the market makers are gonna give us a surprise this week. Fear and Greed Index is basically the same. It has not changed from yesterday or basically last week, basically 37, 39, it is the same. Spot ETFs, we don't have anything since it is just Monday. Long versus shorts ratio right now, we are looking at more longs on Hyperliquid and more longs on Asta DEX. So those two DEXs are where most of the bigger whales and smart money, so to say, trades. So they are currently sitting long. You can see on the major centralized exchanges, people are short. So retail traders are sitting short right now. So it is just makes sense that we continue to move higher with how strong Ethereum is right now. It is very possible that we continue to pump this week. And if the dollar and the oil prices keep dropping towards the downside and the stock market actually reverses from right here, this would be very well a nice opportunity for Bitcoin to actually pump towards the upside. So we are watching that as well. And I do believe that this would cover it for today, guys. Hope you liked it, and I'll see you again in the next one. Bye.